Hello, my name is Karen Granger, and I'd like to talk to you about some of the bones of the human body. I'm going to start with the skull. So first we have the frontal bone, and posteriorly we have the occipital bone. And then the paired bones, there's the parietal bones, left and right, and the temporal bones, here, left and right. And then the bones of the face, we have the nasal bone, and you can see part of the ethmoid bone in here. This is the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone. Then we have the zygomatic bones. We've got the left and the right. And then we have the maxilla here. And then the mandible is the lower part of the jaw. And now I'll point out the ribs. So we have 12 ribs on each side. We have 12 on the left and then 12 on the right. So the first 7 ribs are called true ribs. They connect from the vertebrae, wrap around to the sternum here. And then ribs numbered 8 through 12 are called false ribs. They're connected by cartilage to the sternum. The exception are these floating ribs here. 11 and 12 are called floating ribs, and they do not connect to the sternum. So then we've got the bones of the upper extremities. So we have the clavicle here, left and right, and then the scapula on the posterior. So we have the left scapula and the right scapula. Then here is this called the humerus, and we have the radius on this side, and then the ulna on this side. And in the hand there are many bones. I'm going to point out the carpal bones. So starting near the first digit, we have the scaphoid bone, then the lunate bone, and then the triquetrum, and this bone is called the pisiform. And moving distally from the pisiform is the hamate, and then the capitate, the trapezoid, and lastly is the trapezium. And I'm going to point out the parts of the hip. So we have the hip bones, we have the left and right. This is called the ilium. The iliac crest is here. And then we have the pubis, the right and left pubis. And posteriorly, we have the ischium, here and here. And the upper part of the leg, this bone is the femur. And then the kneecap is the patella. And distally we have the tibia here and the fibula here. And the bones of the foot, I'm going to talk about the tarsal bones. So this bone here is the calcaneus. And we have the talus, which you can see here, and the navicular bone, which is right here, then the lateral cuneiform, middle cuneiform, and medial cuneiform, and lastly is the cuboid bone right here. Thank you very much.